Hello everybody. Today we're going to be talking about a few people that have. I'm paying. Apparently, they watch my main channel because I don't even know how much information how they know this much information about me. But we're going to be talking about a couple individuals that have criticized my lifestyle, calling it privilege. They will not be named. But essentially, I want to respond to them, and I want to respond to their ideas um, I believe they say like they've criticized me for living with my parents. Okay, so I just want to explain something really quickly to them, right? Yes, I may be a little privileged. I'm not like top 1% or anything, right? And I'm not living in some 5,000 square foot house. I have my college paid off, which is very, very privileged. So I guess I'll give you that. That doesn't mean I can't have an opinion on things, though. And ultimately, I have worked for a decent sum of my money, right? And you could say, oh, it's 1 month, but it was actually more like a summer, for example. And I had to wake up at 4:30 a.m. and unload the truck, massive, in the cold, massive truckloads. And then I had to work my ass off until 9 p.m. walking miles per day in 110-degree heat. And before you say anything else, I want to see you do the same thing. So shut the fuck up. I want to see you do the same thing before criticizing me for anything. All right? I may have a privileged lifestyle, but I'm willing to put in work and effort into making myself better and into my investments. All right? So anyways, now on to the other claims, right? So these people, and I'm tired of hearing this in general. There is this consensus within Gen Z people, a segment of Gen Z people, which I assume comes from the alpha males and the influencers on Instagram that got rich enough to move away from their parents at 18, because that's where these people get their sources of information. That shouldn't be a surprise. Nice, I'm getting exploited. Um, that shouldn't be a surprise. I mean, these are the type of people that we're talking about. Anyways, so these people, right, are like, well, living with your parents is bad because it makes you like a loser. Now, let me explain to you something, right? Okay, so first of all, I want to say the majority of Americans, their parents will probably let them live with them. So before you say privileged, it's not. The average American has access to live with their parents because their parents are willing to grant them that until they get financially stable. So first of all, it really depends what culture you're talking about, because in other cultures, right, and in the American past, it was common for children to live with their parents, right, and to live with their parents throughout their lifetime. But that's besides the point. So when you really think about money and finances in general, it compounds, right? So it's not a linear line. It goes exponentially up. And what you don't understand is that if you live a minimalist lifestyle, and that doesn't require privilege, by the way, because minimalism is cutting things out. So before you say privilege, it's not privileged, okay? It's like anybody can do minimalism. Some people may be able to cut out more things than others, right? So if you live with your parents for, I don't know, a good 3, 4, 5 years, right? And maybe you do a remote job, for example. That's the type of work that I'm wanting to do. Or maybe you have to go in person, right? And you're making a good middle class salary, right? Well, first of all, you could pay off debt very quickly by doing that. But once you get out of debt, essentially you can start putting in a lot of money into investments. And what'll happen is those interest rates, those money markets, the interest rates, the bonds, and the aggressive stocks are going to go up, and the investments are going to go up exponentially, right? And that's how it's going to work. In contrast to, I don't know, trying to get 50K RAP on Roblox, which DevEd rips you off and takes 60% of it. Or becoming one of these people said I should become a Roblox developer, but they didn't even look at the numbers. Only Roblox developers, only about 2% of them make $50,000, and that's not even special, and that's 2%, right? And then DevX takes 60, I guess that's calculated. DevX rips them off for over 60% of the value. And you're telling me that I should invest in RAP and that I should, fucking, like, no thanks, I'm not going to invest in RAP, right? And that I should sell on the black market, which I believe, 99% chance, it's illegal to do so, right? It may be legal right now for loopholes, but it's still something that I wouldn't want to do, right? So you can go play with your RAP, whatever you want to do, but I'm going to focus on real life investments, right? And I'm going to work hard as a stats major, which is actually a useful major in college, by the way. And I'm going to work a job and it's going to extend unto the next school years. And here's the reason why I didn't do it originally. Ready? Because I was doing harder classes. Wow, what a surprise. So I guess I wasn't lazy after all. It was the fact that if I don't know, had too much to do, if I encumbered myself, then I wouldn't be able to do college at all. And then who was going to win, right? Some stats major that's lazy for a couple of years, or somebody that's graduated with a stats degree that is making way more of a starting salary. Who do you think's going to win? Obviously the lazy stats major, especially if they live in their parents' house, right? So all I want to say to you is these people, and I guarantee you, unless you become an Instagram influencer, right, or you become some sort of huge Roblox developer, just astronomical, I guarantee you that I will have more in net worth than you. Now, I'm not saying that you can't outdo me if you change your ways. You can, right? I mean, there are going to be people richer than me. There are going to be people more successful than me. But if you keep your strategy up of, fake Rolex watches and RAP and living outside when you're not financially stable and having to use credit cards, and again, don't say privilege. The average American has this. I would say 3-4 out of 5 Americans have this opportunity, right? As soon as I will guarantee you that I will have more and will accomplish more than you guys. So anyways, that's all. That's my argument, is I know what the hell I'm doing, okay? That doesn't make me a Discord mod because I choose to live with my parents for a couple years. And you're getting your information from Instagram influencers and alpha males. Meanwhile, I'm getting my information from financial books, from multimillionaires, okay? And I've read these books thoroughly. Money Master the Game. I Will Teach You to Be Rich. These are a couple, right? Finance for Dummies. I read one on internships, all right? So I don't want to hear it until you actually start doing some reading and come with a compelling argument and not just say, yeah, bro, Discord mod. Right? We'll see who's more successful in the long term. You keep doing your thing, and I'll do my thing. And this person, I'm glad you didn't get your prize. All right? I'm glad you didn't get it. I will always be infinitely glad. It is one of the best moments of my entire fucking life. Fuck you. Goodbye.